Hi everybody, my name is Bill Hyland. I'm going to be going over a demonstration of how to use Viam Server to integrate a PLC. The first component I have in this demonstration is a power supply. This power supply supplies 24 volts to the Revolution Pi as well as the Allen-Bradley Micro A20 PLC. Viam Server is installed on the Revolution Pi IPC and establishes a Modbus connection to the Micro A20 PLC over this Ethernet connection. Server to both retrieve and write information to the PLC, allowing for the exchange of data between the two devices. Using Viam Server, I can also influence the state or read the state of this control box. As an example, all of the lights and switches are currently set to the off position. If I were to get the pin state of any of these inputs, I would see that the pin state is low. DI01 corresponds to switch in the bottom left. DO01 corresponds to the blue light. Both are currently low. Same for analog inputs. Checking the state of analog input 01 reflects the state of this potentiometer, which is set to the lowest value. Checking the state of analog output 01 returns me 0, which represents the state of this voltage dial. I wanted to use my PLC to turn the lights on or off. I can simply control the process as I might in a manufacturing context. Checking the state of the digital outputs, I can now see that they are high, as well as the digital inputs. The same is true for the analog inputs, which are now set to a higher value. The switches back to off will allow me to interact with these same outputs using Viam Server. Once again, I can see digital output is low. If I decide to set that high, you can see the light comes on and the pin state is accurately reflected. This is also true for analog outputs. I'll set the value to 1000. And you can see that the dial has now moved in response to that. Now that we've integrated Viam with your PLC, I'll show you how you can extend the functionality of your PLC. On the left, I've added a machine learning model as well as a vision service. This will allow me to integrate a machine learning model into the Revolution Pi's USB camera. As you can see, it's currently detecting me, and I'm able to actually perform actions based on those detections I'm getting out of the model. I've written a bit of client code here. This client code will look at the detections from the vision service. If it sees a person, it will turn the lights on. If it does not see a person, it will keep the lights in the state that they were in. And you can see the lights are turning on and off. On the RDK, you can see the person is detected and the lights continue to turn on and off. If I now cover up the camera, a person is no longer detected, and you can see that the lights stay off. If the detection is seen again, the code continues. Integrating your PLC with Viam Server gives you access to many of the plugins and open source modules that users have already built. In this case, I'm using the Grafana plugin to streamline the process of collecting, organizing, and visualizing data from my PLC. The Grafana plugin gives you benefits like customizable dashboards, real-time data monitoring, and advanced analytics. The Grafana instance you're looking at is the same PLC that I've been using in all of my demonstrations. I have my digital outputs, my digital inputs, my analog outputs, my analog inputs, as well as CPU metrics associated with the Revolution Pi that the Viam Server is actually installed on. Finally, I just wanted to share a small architecture diagram to describe what our PLC integration looks like. As a Viam user, you have access to interact with the Viam server running on the Revolution Pi or any IPC in this case. You can use that to pass parameters down to individual modules, such as the data capture module, the Modbus integration module, sensor or camera components, or even the computer vision modules. You can do this locally, or you can do it over the cloud remotely from wherever you might be in the world. In this PLC integration example, we use the Modbus integration to connect all of these modules to any PLC. Downstream of the PLC, any customer application can be tied in, so you can use Viam modules to influence or simply record information from customer-specific applications.